think I'm online yet. Let me see here. Somebody talk to me. There we go. So anyway, smart gamer, I've been led to think that we've been living in a capitalist mixed economy, but it's truly a corporatist mixed economy. Do you remember when I said I had a copy of the book, the Encyclopedia Italiano, which was Mussolini's I don't know, ethos, and I was talking about the definition of fascism, which was a merger of state and corporate, and how we met that definition better than most countries. What's up? We got mixed martial artist, high energy ape. What is up, high energy ape? Yeah. Uh, I tried to make a Discord server today, and I can't. I'm fucking confused with it. So somebody needs to help me. I gotta get that server online because I got memberships online. Uh, oh man, I haven't paid my bills, so YouTube is showing me ads on this one because it's just I'm just logged in as my main profile so I can see the chat. What about Microsoft Teams? Is Teams just chat? Because we use Teams at work, and so Discord integrates with YouTube, and there's a couple of them that do, um, and I need to use one of those. YouTube keeps trying to me to upload my ID to my account. Not today, Palantir. I had to because I'm getting paid by them. Uh, Here's the funny thing. This is ironic, right? So Google owes me money, but I didn't pay my YouTube bill, so it got shut off. And I'm like, why don't you just take it out of the money you owe me? you know? I mean, I just gotta run my credit card or whatever and get it back on again. 0311, we got a grunt in the house. Hayward Pittman, Semper Fi, brother. I'm a proud pogue, baby. 0811, 0844. Um, how are you feeling? Alina, just want to say that God sees you and wants a relationship with you. Thank you. I don't disagree with you, but I don't know if this is the place to go into that. What's your cycle? I got a free agent. It's a 24-inch racing bike. It's badass. Yo question, do it tilt to the left or right or center line? Goes that way. So that'd be the left. A little bit. I think the book 1984 is the future. I've read 1984 and yeah, not quite. Do not upload your ID. Well, how am I going to get paid if I don't do? So I technically work for YouTube, right? Like, what employer doesn't have your identification? Can you teach me a southpaws combo? Yeah, I actually can. Harris, Ikwan. Not quite what. I think the book in 1984 is the future. Um, well, 1984 is really hyperbolic, and it basically is the same in the aspect of like they are they got the endless war. I don't think it's going to be the thought police. I think what it is they're going to convince you that you believe. Well, they're already doing that. So if you think about it, what does social media do? You get online and it shows you things you like. Let's say, and what do people like? They like cute animals and they like getting pissed off. They like getting sanctimonious. So it's going to show them more and more of that. And generally speaking, it's going to pair you with people that agree with you, right? So, and then the people that don't agree with you, get rid of that guy, block him. He's got a different opinion. So over time, you get in this bubble where your views are reinforced and they're not challenged. And think about it. Why did the left honestly think that conservatives were a fringe minority? I mean, my sister literally thought that conservatives were like roving redneck patrols of like pickup trucks filled with good old boys shooting lever action rifles at anybody that had a different color skin than them. And they think that anybody with a conservative viewpoint doesn't have an education. I'm like, I told her, I said, I could get your education better than you with a fucking library card. You went to, what did you go to the University of Wisconsin for a degree in like illustrating? Like, okay. Web page design. I'm like, slow down there, guy. I learned HTML by myself. And then, of course, that was right about the time where all the programs came out with graphical user interfaces, and learning HTML was pointless. C plus, what was the other one? They had JavaScript. Uh, yeah, I typed literally when I made my first web page. I typed it out line by line, and then you'd have to load it and then move everything around, and then when view it on another monitor that's widescreen, and it doesn't. It sucked, man. Uh, Vasca di Gama. Discord was forcing people to upload ID, and they got hacked. I don't really want to use Discord, but I don't really. Nobody's willing to help me, and I don't see another alternative. Well, no, I would never upload an ID to Discord. Grim Reaper. My parents went to school with. If I held your mom hostage, would you suck my cock to save her? I. Damn it, I had one loaded for that. No, if you hold my mom hostage, you would wind up paying me to get her out of your house. Um, in your words, what is conservatism and liberalism? Damn, that's going deep. Stephen Sullivan, we got another jarhead in the house. Hey, are you an 0311, Steve, or we got another 03? Is let's see, where does he go? No, Haywood Pittman. Uh, I was considered a liberal 15 years ago. Now many would consider me conservative. Yeah, pretty much the goalpost has moved a lot to the left. So now center is like, it used to be the difference between a liberal and a conservative was your viewpoint on the 10th Amendment. I believe that states should have the power with a limited federal government, and people that were Democrat thought that the federal government should have more power and legislate, our lives more. So anytime you have the government do something for someone, it usually comes at the expense of freedom. Um, let's consider, let's see, my values have not changed much. Mixed martial artist. Might have kind of grown over the years. How long have you trained Muay Thai? About a year, but I used to do kickboxing, so I did that for 10 years. I took Taekwondo. Boxing I did for a lot of years, on and off. Um, I'm 51 though, so I'm not moving like I used to. You guys will see. I'll get there. I'll get after it in a minute. Steve Pato. I'm not going to go into that. I think Gary Nolan is 2. I didn't see him in the chat though. North Coast HVAC. I love it. How do you feel about eating corn the long way? I don't. I don't like eating corn on the cob. It always gets in my teeth. Kind of like pubic hair. Smart gamer. I believe if 35 out of 50 states voted, should veto the federal government. I'm glad you're not in charge. There's a reason why there's checks and balances in 3 branches of the government. I would say the mistake most people make is they think voting for a populist is going to change stuff. And if you think about it, the executive branch doesn't have that power. Now, he's got powers of um, executive orders, but those are severely limited. There's a reason why, over the years, nothing much has changed in either direction. It's because that's not how laws are enshrined. Everybody thinks that the president's going to come in and make these sweeping changes and gut everything, and he just doesn't have the power to do that. We are supposed to have that power. This is what's supposed to happen. What the founding fathers envisioned. Property owners, people that had skin in the game, the reason, an ownership of America, people that produced, people that contributed, had the power to vote, and we voted for representatives, and those representatives took what we wanted, and they went to the government and petitioned to put that into law. That's how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to start at the bottom, which is the individual, and you work your way through your community, which is your commissioners and all that stuff, and you work on your local laws and things that are actually enforced in your life. And then from there, your representatives, your congressmen, you're supposed to tell them what you want them to do, and then they're supposed to go do it. That doesn't happen anymore. I mean, when's the last time you talked to your congressman? And you know what's funny is you'd be surprised what you could get done. My wife has, on several occasions, um, got things handled because she went directly to the congressperson, whoever that is. I don't even know her. And she basically Karen to them. My wife's a black belt Karen. She's like, I want to speak to the manager. Are you on a cycle, D-boy hustler? Not right now. I'm on. Right now, I'm just on testosterone because I'm recovering from surgery. But I will. I'm going to be starting a cycle here pretty soon. But then again, if I was president, I can't enforce my legislations. Well, the executive branch is what? Execute. It's basically enforce the law. That's why he's in charge of the military. That's why he's in charge of the ATF and the DEA and the CIA and all the alphabets. He's in charge of enforcing the law. And then at a federal level, Congress is then responsible for making the law, and the judicial is there to make sure those laws are constitutional. And then people are always asking about, like, you were talking about earlier today, Smart Gamer, about civil rights. Uh, my wife's in the chat. Hey, baby. She says, no, I'm not. Oh, I'm in trouble. No, I actually meant that in a good way, baby. Um, so, what was I? Yeah, we're talking about unconstitutional laws. We're talking about Roe versus Wade, how it was unconstitutional to begin with, and that the federal government has no business legislating what the states should have. And of course, all those fucking whack jobs on progressives with the blue hair started screaming that President Trump's taking away our rights as women. I'm like, no, nobody's taking away your fucking rights, dipshit. All they're doing is removing the federal government from something that it never should have been involved in and kicked it back to the states like it's supposed to be. Now, if the states vote to make it illegal, so be it. And it's funny because the problem with the progressives is they will rail against something that they disagree with, but they won't say shit about things they agree with, like California's a good one with gun control. Um, none of them complain about those, and those are just as unconstitutional if you think about it. So what's supposed to happen when your state legislates a law that's unconstitutional? It's your job to challenge it in court, and they do. Usually, when they pass a bill like California with gun rights, almost immediately it's sued and it goes to court. And then that's a process. But that's how it's supposed to work. If they laws are supposed to be, if everybody in the state of California agrees that something should be legal or illegal, then that should be enshrined in law because the population agrees with it. If you don't like it, you have the power to get up and leave, which is what we did. We got the fuck out of there. But that doesn't happen anymore. Now it's got governors and city mayors doing whatever the fuck they want to, and nobody says a word about it. They just complain about it. I talked to Jim Hines, Smart Gamer. Oh, nice. Microdots. I think there's a difference between being assertive, addressing an issue, and being a Karen. No, I was joking. But no, I gotta say, like, my wife totally kicks ass, man. She fucking got it done. Uh, when she told them that they needed to put a police officer here because the school across the street, I didn't say anything, but I was thinking, like, nobody's gonna listen. The fucking next day they had a cop there. I was like, holy shit. And he pulled me over too. But that's an example. Like, so everybody complains about President Trump. Oh my God, you're a Nazi. No person would vote for him. I'm like, the fuck out of here. These are like people want to change the world, but they can't even manage their own lives. You know what I mean? Like you don't even know how to budget, and you're fucking talking about the economy. But what you can do is you can change the lives of the people that you're surrounded by, which starts with your family and maybe your neighbors. How many of you guys never talked to your neighbors in 10 years? Maybe go and get involved in the school council meetings and go to the city council meetings and bring petitions to the local government, and then from there representatives go up to the state, and then they start making changes because if a movement starts and enough people want that, that's representative government. Um, we elect people that are supposed to represent us, and then they're supposed to go to Congress, and that's what they're supposed to put across. But that's not what happens anymore. It's all lobbyists and big business. And then people ask, well, what can we do about it? Well, we might be past the time where we should have rose up and forcibly removed them. But the problem with that is if you get a grassroots movement started, you're probably going to be labeled a domestic terrorist before you get anything off the ground. But honestly, I don't even know. I don't know what you would do to change it. But other than take responsibility and get involved at the local level. And if you think about it, all these people that are marching and protesting, and how many of you in the chat, just whether you like the president or not, how many of you are experiencing lives that are vastly different than it was when Biden was in office? Like, are any of you actually affected? If you take the internet out of it and you remove the rhetoric and the ideology and you just think about like going to work or doing your day-to-day stuff, is anything really different? And you can't say gas prices because the government's not in control of fucking prices. That's market. People are like, I blame Trump because my eggs are expensive. The fuck does he have to do with the price of eggs? This isn't Russia. uh, Mixed martial artists, what are the bills that they passed about gun laws? Smart gamer. They haven't passed any as far as I know, but if there's certain states that have passed a lot of them. And then, of course, they go to the courts, and most of them. See, here's the problem. I know a bunch of laws that California enacted that were unconstitutional, and they went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said they were unconstitutional, but nothing's been done yet. So there is something in the enforcement system. That's where the federal government, the executive branch, Donald Trump, that's where he should execute his power as president to enforce the Supreme Court's ruling. But there's, what's he going to do? Like, go to war with, what the fuck's like a Newsom? So anyway, mixed martial arts, he said, do you think that the narrative around World War II and their Jewish population is slightly inaccurate in some areas? Not saying this to be controversial. Well, what's the narrative and where is it inaccurate? I would start with that. Because that's something you really need to have context. Cute halter top cupcake. Thanks, Bill. Cupcake. Yeah, whenever you got a Harley, I'll sit on the back and hug you. That's cupcake for you. I'm fucking up my stairs. Neighbor, does that count? Bill, you got to get rid of that profile, that B. I need to see what you look like. Frog, did you get a haircut? Oh man, I cut my own hair. I trimmed it. Can't call the DOE. Electricity is expensive because AI data centers that deregulated invested in for. Has your bill gone up? I mean, have you experienced having to pay more? Canadian here, LC Box. From the outside view, seems like a lot of media shit on Trump. However, Stark-wide seems to have done okay. I'd highly prefer a Trump in Canada. Oh yeah, dude, I don't like talking shit about Canada because I like my Canadian brothers, but you just fucked up there. Like, some of the shit, some of the legislation they passed, I don't even know how you guys tolerate it. And I empathize. Trump ignores the Supreme Court all the time. I would need context on that VCV vortex, and honestly, like, I did vote for Trump. I wouldn't call myself a Trump supporter. Like, meaning I'm not ideologically possessed. Like, to me, so I love him. He makes me laugh. That guy's the fucking troll of the century. And just him talking shit to the left is enough for me. Because nothing ever happens anyway, so you might as well exact your joy where you can get it. But, like, when people leverage stuff like Trump did wrong, I'm like, okay, I don't care. He should have invested in AI and education. He promised he was going to get rid of the Department of Education, and the fact that he hasn't pisses me off. He cut up like a bag of dope. Yeah, thank you. My rent $9.20 a month, and it doesn't cost much. But this is what I'm talking about. I'm not saying people aren't affected by the change in administrations, but for the most part, if you really think about it, how is your life any different? gas is the same. Maybe the utilities went up a little. And again, the federal government's not in charge of the cost of electricity. Um, the fact that they are putting all these data centers together, it might be driving up electricity, but that's supply and demand pricing. If anything, uh, let's see, I don't know enough about that. Uh, but people blame the fucking government for shit that they have nothing to do with. And then when the government does get involved and enact price controlling, you get like an immediate drop in prices for that. But then like what look what happened with like the eggs. So they had the bird flu that was affecting a whole bunch of small farmers, but the large farmers like Tyson and some of the other ones weren't affected as much. So when they did the price control on the eggs, Tyson and the other companies that are huge and did not have problems with bird flu made off like bandits and took full advantage of that. Meanwhile, the small companies that were affected by bird flu, tons of them went out of business. Thanks, government. Glad you're here to help. Basically, they killed all the competition for big business. That's what they do. Uh, Send the Oregon National Guard. They told him he couldn't send an Oregon National Guard to Portland. He tried to use California's. I'm at the point. Here's the thing: is like I think he should use his insurrection powers and send the fucking military. Like it's so easy. You got people that you could say it's peaceful protesting with a little damage, or no, that's rioting. Once you start using violence or destroying property or keeping people from moving freely, as far as I am concerned, you should be able to use deadly force. Um, I'm a Saskatoon, one of the cheaper ones in Canada. Rent will still pay 18. Oh, damn. That is some money. Do you, well, so something to consider, like, the amount of money I make, a little over six figures in Las Vegas, my mortgage is 1,300 bucks. Um, Utilities 500 a month for everything. If I go to California, rent's doubled or even tripled, but the wages go up with it. So I might be making 160, 170,000 a year. So that's I would ask like, do your wages go up with that inflation? And a lot of people say no. And if that's the case, I don't even know what to do because like in America, you can at least move. Uh, you got a booger on your nose. Do I? Let's see. I'm gonna get right in the camera. Yeah. I got a mirror over here. Well, you got me. I had to look though because that does happen. I have thousands of dollars on credit on my gas and electric. Hey, babe, how did we do with the? We fucked up. I took advantage of the COVID shutdown where you didn't have to pay your bills, and even though I was still working, I never took one day off during the lockdown. But I was like, yeah, if I don't have to pay my bills, fuck them. What I thought was going to happen is they were going to like, you know, either wipe the debt out or put it at the end of something. And no, they wanted it back almost immediately. Like, holy shit! Now I owe Nevada Power $4,000, and they're going to shut us off if we don't pay them. So that was a big deal, man. It was great for that little while while we didn't have to pay anything, but as soon as everybody could get their money back, they went right for it, man. Uh, Hell, man, I hope you do move to the States. LC box. So let's see. Nope, it does not. What's that? What does not? All right, makes he has all right, and it makes me have to resort to lawsuits. Uh, I lost where the conversation is. Sorry, guys. I think Trump is funny at the same time, personally. Oh, I love that he attacks people on the internet. Mixed martial artists. Honestly, those motherfuckers had it coming with how they were weaponizing the agencies to attack people and how they were shutting anyone down for having any kind of a dissenting opinion and how they were trying to force everyone to have vaccine mandates and you couldn't work if you didn't take them. And now they're paying the price. And really, what's their punishment? They get made fun of. Quantitative easing is 100 times better than universal basic income. I would need to know more about that. My gas bill is like $12.22 a month, $21.22. Damn, your electric bill's $30. Where do you work for? Where you make 100K a year? Oh, commercial construction. Um, Even a laborer makes six figures, especially out here in Vegas. Um, yeah, a lot of the people that work in the field make way more money than me. Um, with overtime and all the other stuff, I was probably going to clear about 150 when I worked for Southwest Steel, and then yeah, easily. Like even if I worked in the field and did not do any overtime at all, just did 8 hours a week, 40 hours, or 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. Like as an iron worker, I would clear 120 probably. Uh, Union though, the left is insane. I just don't think it's mature to the left's insanity impact behavior, especially the president. The problem with the left is they're too easily coerced to take a cause up, and most of them don't even know what they stand for. They don't research both sides of a problem, so they don't even try to understand their opposition. They know they're against something, and if they tell them to burn it all down, they'll do it, but they have no idea what to replace it with. And if you try to ask them why you believe what you believe, they get angry and just start attacking you personally. Like, just trying to find out why you believe that. I'm not angry with you. Are you an iron worker? I was a United Steelworker for 15 years, and now I work with the iron workers as a superintendent and safety. I was the area safety manager for Las Vegas for Southwest Steel. I work for Chef Steel. Thanks, Kurt. If you hear you're going to be surprised people like DSAs are in Congress. Are you worried about the chat arm wrestling you? No, not in the least, Frog. If I get one of you guys to come to Vegas, UBI, life stimulus check, everyone gets no matter like 40K a year. Well, I know what UBI is. I'll tell you what, if the United States ever loses its place as the world currency, all this fucking socialism goes right out the window because we have given up the bulk of our production, and the only reason why we're privileged enough to have the lives we do is because of that. And people find out real quick. Everybody that wants to get paid for existing, and thinks healthcare is a right, like you have a right to the service of another person. They're gonna find out real quick. Bozo, what's up, brother? Uh, well, VCV Vortex, I don't really have the answers for that, but I would say you're gonna have to get paid somehow. Uh, Wimp Pussy Coward. Oh, you don't have to delete his message. He's fine. I mean, he can call me names, but I'm not the one hiding behind a fucking picture of Bozo. Do you still do the Bozo buckets? Remember those? I used to watch Bozo the Clown. That was a Saturday morning cartoons with mom and dad. Bozo the Clown. No, he wasn't offending me at all. I mean, I don't care. I would say though, Bozo, you gotta come up with something clever. Let's see here. Coward, pussy. Well, I mean, honestly, wimp. Who uses wimp? You're a wimp. That was something we used to call each other like when I was in first grade. GTC JSA stacks, little man. When AI and robotics can literally do every job, that's exactly how it'll work. If everyone's given a 40K a year, the economic output is zero. If I woke up tomorrow making $40,000, I would kill myself. AKA with Zimbabwe. No, I'm not. That's a joke. That would be a huge pay cut, though. Dorks. I still call people dorks. Yeah, the trades are awesome, man. Um, I highly recommend them, and people think that it's only uneducated people that work the trades, but it's not. It's engineers, it's architects. They got everybody, project managers. I do too, dork. Yeah, Christina uses that one. I view dork as a term of endearment, though. Because she doesn't say that when she's mad at me. Bozo, you still with us? I'm looking for a zinger. Like, instead of calling me a wimp, you gotta say something like, "You're so weak, you wouldn't make it through the egg." No, you wouldn't make it to the egg if you were John Holmes. No, that I need to refine that a little. Let's see, wimp. You know, said the standbys you couldn't fight your way out of a paper shitbag. Now, what's a good one for calling someone weak? I'll have to think about that. Uh, Massage therapist, strong hands. She does have strong hands, let me tell you. I'm just going to do some light squats just as a warm up. Get the knees going. Ah, damn. Sounds like a bag of potato chips being, or bubble wrap. My daughter dancing on bubble wrap. Got that kung fu grip. Whoa! I gotta put that over. Oh, that's in the way. Move this thing. Danger, Will Robinson. I got too much stuff in this garage. You seem like you have every made poor choices out of guilt growing up. And how do you process it not feel so horrible, Josiah? Uh, use some punctuation so I know what you're trying to tell me. I have made a lot of poor life choices, but I wouldn't do a goddamn thing different. Lost in space, yes. New ones messes with my brother. Anwar Khan said hi. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Beverly Hills Ninja reference. Derek, hell yeah. Is it normal? I like chicks' belly buttons. Babe, do chicks have belly buttons? They made a new version, by the way, on Netflix. Oh, Lost in Space? Was that the one with that Joey from Friends? Remember, Chris Farley's awesome. I miss that guy. Bees! They're all around us. Your weapons are useless against them. They do would probably demolish most people talking shit to them. Yeah, well, I have an open invitation for anyone to come down to Vegas. People used to take vacations to Vegas, and I go to this. The camera's backwards, but the gym I train at is called One Kicks. Where did my little light switch go? A little remote for the lights. I have misplaced it. Uh-oh. I want to turn that light on. Anyway, I told him it's you. I'll give you the first round. I'll just do defense. And we'll put the pads on, headgear, all that stuff. Nobody's taking me up on it so far. Oh man, I lost my light switch remote. That sucks. What did I do with it? I thought I brought it over here. I got incandescent lighting over here and I wanted to turn it on. Son of a bitch. Well, anyway. I don't even know. I don't think I'll go past 315. Man, that's a bummer. I hope I didn't lose it. Well, it's got to be in there somewhere. Didn't drop it down there. That sucks. Come on, breath. Oh, the Nigerian nightmare. Let's see what profound wisdom he's regaled us with. Israel first. Okay. Super Jack Freshly. What's up, brother? Yes, but can you tie a cherry stump into your knot with a booty hole? How long did you work on that joke? Midriffs are cool. That's just disappointing. I'm laughing that you thought that would be funny. Can you go 3 days without eating as a challenge? I fast all the time. Fasting for me is easy. I do intermittent fasting almost every day, and then usually every 6 months, I'll do 72, maybe a little longer, depending on what I'm trying to do. Yeah, 3 days is 3 days fasting is easy. Like you have ever made poor choices? Uh, yeah, I don't know anybody that hasn't. Uh, but generally speaking, no. I don't harbor resentment. I don't spend a lot of time worrying about the past. But there's things, yeah, there's things that I had to have a therapist for. I've had a couple bad things happen. It wasn't long. I was looking for a laugh from chat. Didn't think you would check. Looking good though. Supposedly, reducing circulation like that doesn't actually help hypertrophy. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it to stretch and warm up. If I wanted to work on hypertrophy, I need to put another 100 pounds on there at least. I should forward what my fuck ass school district responded to me after I sent an FOIA letter. Thanks, Freshly. Said I have a nice haircut. I dig belly button piercing, but wouldn't date one long term. My wife's got her belly button pierced. I love it. Thanks, Chicago. Yeah. I like, well, I love everything about my wife, but I love her anklets. She's got a belly button piercing. She's got one of those Marilyn Monroe things. I forget what they're called. Bro, it's just a piercing. Are you talking to me? Like I have to, I don't know, tailor what I like to your opinion? Beep. I have never in my life allowed the opinion of someone else dictate what I ask for. What the fuck did I do with it? I need that remote. I swore I brought it over here. That's how I turn my lights on and off. Let's see, I was messing around with the drums. Maybe I set it underneath them. I really do need to find that thing. Ah, there it is. Oh! There we go.
Good night, Dad.
Nice, sweetheart. Give me camera. You're on the camera here. See, I can see you. Uh-oh. I used to think if I were to pull a belly button piercing, blood would flow out. I don't know, it probably hurt. But y'all already married, which is cool. Yeah. I don't know what to comment on here. I need a minute before I hit that 3:15. I don't have any tattoos, but I like piercings. I don't mind tattoos either. Adam Sato's profoundly. So I don't understand people that do this. Like he's gonna spell a racial slur here. Is that a bot that's doing that, or do people like actually think that's funny because it's kind of a lame joke? I don't do deadlifts. I don't want to f your back. You won't. Deadlifts fix my back. You just gotta do them right. But you could say that it also blew my bicep out. So, I mean, I mean, you definitely, if you don't do them correctly, there's a very good chance of injury. But there's also versions of the deadlift, like stiff leg deficit pulls, that are you don't use that much weight, and they're super good for your lower back. A lot of racist incels online, unfortunately. So Cowboy Baby Yoda, but the question is like, why do they all do the same thing? Like, it's not funny. It's like, okay, like they can't possibly think they're edgy unless they have like a really low IQ. That's why I was wondering if they're maybe bots. Because it's always the same lame jokes. It's like there's like 5 or 6 lame jokes that everybody repeats over and over again, and I don't understand it. I'm not offended by them. I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed that anybody would think that was funny. Jen, I think it's not universities that turn people radical. Doesn't help. Um, I've actually gone to a university and I had a socialist teacher, and I can tell you right now, he was definitely espousing socialist values to young, impressionable kids, and they weren't really tolerating opposing viewpoints. So, I mean, I don't know. The internet's definitely helping. Wasn't going to be anything but nice. Yeah. Didn't he just type nice? Yeah, but like, yeah, people say that because as soon as they start spelling it, they're like, oh, just because this. Either one is dumb. Because then you're like, I got him. Go away. Like, I don't even want to put the energy into thinking about it, if that makes sense. Like my mom, I pissed my mom off because she used to say this thing like, if you kids don't settle down, I'm gonna turn this car on and we're gonna go home. And we were like 4 hours into a road trip, and we were over halfway there. And my mom said that, so I looked at her and said, "Go ahead." And she just lost her shit and slapped me. Like, but it's always that like, oh well, I was gonna let you play with your toys, but no, you weren't. You fucking liar. That's like. I've been doing weighted dips lately. Yeah, weighted dips are awesome. I think that's part of the joke. It's so overdone, and here we go again, type of thing. Yeah, but it's just stupid. Oh, well, the power was unplugged. Darn it! Oh, what did I do with my frosty beverage? All right. So the gentleman said that shortened range is not good for hypertrophy, which I actually disagree with. It might not be the most efficient thing, but I would definitely agree that the best thing for growing muscle is to lengthen or stretch. That being said, most people don't have strength after a certain range of motion. So if you're trying to cultivate strength, lengthened partials can be exceptional for that. But the bottom line is, none of the studies that we have are really that great. And the reason why is because it's very difficult to get a sample size of a trained athletic population. So the best they can do is get either people that have never worked out before or people that only work out a little bit. What the fuck? Was it plugged in 2 places? Now, what's cool about one of the best places to get statistics is a powerlifting watch. And even that's not perfect, but it is the most comprehensive database on lifting that they have. It goes all the way back to the 70s. But even then, that only has the scores of people that have competed. But you can get a lot of good data from that because those are all everywhere from beginner to international elite level lifters at all different weight classes, natural, tested, and unnatural. And you can run a bell curve on, like, say, a weight class at 220, and you've got 100,000 lifters, and you could like say compare that to the same weight class in the tested division, and then you could run like a percentage. How much more of a percentage of strength does steroids give you? And somebody did that. Well, we did it. We did 100 lifters in 3 weight classes, but somebody did the whole, aggregated the whole database, and they come up with 10 to 13%. And then people will argue like, no, that's not true. 13%'s a lot. All right. This thing's finicky. You unplug it just for a minute, the battery dies. All right, let's chew in on that. That's it, warmed up. Whew. Damn, this thing's still not loaded. The reason I use a laptop is because I have a hard time reading that. Whew. Anything over 5 reps is cardio. Okay. Still not loaded. Restore. All right, now I'm in business. Phew. Dude, how many? I think I put like 64 mags of RAM in this thing. DDR3 or 4, I don't remember. All right, here we go. Let's see, what does this chat say? I need glasses. That's so funny. All right, here we go. Have you ever tried static bench press holds? Yes. I do them right before I compete. I'll usually put like 500 on the bar and try to hold it for like 15 seconds. The fold in the center looks like it's comfortable. Are you talking about the camber bar? Yeah. The nice thing about it is it moves the center of gravity forward, so it's a lot like a front squat. Laptops are better. I like feeling the letters when I type. Work those shoulders with the sweeps. uh, thanks, Elbow. Or Ebo. And then Joe. Is that a row machine in the background? We got this. See, that's an inversion table. That is a Roman chair. And somewhere over there's a sissy squat rack. Clutch and stick. Yeah, reading glasses for sure. Let's see what Hosea read here. Oh, shit, where'd he go? When I was asking earlier, like, have you ever experienced horrible mistakes you made in your past? Did you ever heal from them? I don't know who hid your comment, but the answer is yeah, obviously. Well, I mean, I don't know if the stream's a good place to go into it, but yeah, the short answer is yes, for sure. And a lot of times it's exposure therapy, so you might have to seek the counsel of others. So, we're gregarious by nature. We're not made to be alone, and isolation is kind of what I tend to do when I'm feeling bad. No more freedom, not beating up the kids today. Beating me up. I don't know what you're talking about. That's fine. I don't mind if he asks. I would say that that's something we would have to talk about off stream. But yes, the answer is yes. And yes, I have a therapist that I talk to regularly. I've often found, I mean, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, a lot of the answers that I found are in the Bible. I've never gotten a wrong answer from the Bible. All right. Now that I've caught my breath. What time is it? 11:03. I don't know if I like that. That didn't feel right. It didn't hurt. It felt weird. I don't know. Well, I plan on doing a bunch of those. So, Hosea, well, if you're under the age of 18, I don't know if it's appropriate. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you. All I know is that, like, you do need to find somebody that you trust to talk to, for sure. No kidding around. Melatonin makes you have strange dreams. Guys, I don't know, man. That felt really weird. I don't know if don't go too crazy. up by now. uh, yeah, I'll tell you what, things are getting tight, Clutch. I think if you do it 2, 3 times a week, you're good though. Maybe 2. Yeah. I don't think I messed it up. It felt really weird. It's right there. I'm retired and completely without excuse. I think the best thing for aging is, and it's proven, the only thing that's proven is resistance training. You don't have to be crazy with it, but uh, definitely, man, get on it. I always tell people you can post videos to YouTube and make them private or invite only, and just tag me in them. Whew. I wish I could retire. Let me see here. I haven't been that flexible. I found out medical research is repeated. Ugh. I love ice cream, Mr. Evil Turtle. Fuck yeah, I do. A little slip back, I got that kick all the time. No, a little too high. Close. Orange spot for calf. So we got calves, thighs, tenders, organs, solar plexus, neck. What's even gonna roundhouse this thing? It's a small target. Oh. Oh. That'll definitely take some teeth out right there. Your heart rate has been up. Yeah, it's called I'm out of shape, motherfucker. Oh, my heart rate's up. He's working out. I'm 51 years old. I took 3 months off. Make a point. I'm out of shape though, for sure. I wouldn't last one round. Oh, but even if you just do cardio, the bag is awesome. James McLaughlin, what's going on? These shorts are $60. You can buy them online at the USMTA website. Or even like doing punching pyramids where you jab your 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go up to 10. Uh, that is good cardio. And so I'm gonna do some balance drills. So one that, because I'm old for this sport, when I go back to the gym after taking so much time off, that's what I really need is my coordination back. So we like to do like drills like this, where you roundhouse into it. There you go. That's what I need to work on my coordination. I'll throw the gloves on for a second, James. I'm gonna call it a night here soon, though. I used to have a really badass axe kick. Yeah, right on the shoulder. Come back down. Yeah. Thanks, James. No, I'm not a lefty. The camera's reversed. I am not in shape. I am a Marine. I need to work on cardio. So I can't do a right hook because of the surgery. So I can do like a left with a cross. The bag's 180. And I took a bunch of time off. I had surgery in March. So I'm just trying to get back into it. And my balance is off. Like that kick that guy said was gay, where I just kick straight up and drive my heel right into the collarbone. That's like imagine, you know, that's a 180-pound man right there. He's like, like the bag doesn't do it justice because your heel can't catch on anything. Alright guys, before I die I'm gonna get off the top line. Holy shit, I need to do some cardio. Hey babe, are you feeling frisky? Alright guys, I love y'all. Good chat tonight, I enjoyed it. I'll see you on the battlefield. If you don't hear from me, I'm in the hospital. God, I can't believe how out of shape I am. Holy shit.